Yo, 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 what is going on, team? Yes, bit of a late one. I have been up, kind of just looking at the charts and yeah, just figuring out, some things that I needed to work on and kind of like why it moves and I don't know. I was up just looking at it move and how it reacts and kind of in my head for a little bit, but yeah, just wanted to go over my trade recap. Uh, So, jumping right into it, we did have we had an Asia session, and I think I talked about this yesterday, explaining that I did want price to come up and fill this area to continue down the trend lower if we wanted to go lower. So this fair value gap was drawn out, this 1 hour fair value gap here, and which with the hourly not closing above here, so that means that this gap was still valid. If we see on the 1 hour time frame. Um, we can see that hey, we haven't really closed above here yet, as we're still kind of sellers are still kind of holding this area. So then, to wait for Asia to do its thing, as you can see, sellers took control here, and then buyers took control, kind of um, pre-market bullish run here, and then London session opened, which London session opened. Might be too loud. Nah, should be fine. But London session opened right about here. Yeah, 8 o'clock. As so pre-market made this. Holy, there's some lightning outside. What the hell? There's some sorry. So pre-market made this 5 minute fair value gap here, and then London opened on this candle. So I'm like, hey, cool. We really get that kind of breaker structure, as this was the last low to be put in before taking out this high, and we closed back down again, making it kind of a breaker structure, or even like you can even count this as a breaker structure over here. It's kind of like an early, I don't know if you call this like a CISD or, but technically, we did get our breaker structure already. So with that in mind, I was just waiting for a tap back into this 5 minute fair value gap to continue on the trend to take out what? Take out these hourly lows down here, right? Or even these lows down here. But I did draw that out. But again, we target, that swift move of we want those quick moves down, So I always draw out these extra liquidity points just in case price takes out this area, or like London Open and we already take out this area. I want to see either a reversal or can we catch a continuation to take out these lows. So that's why multiple draws of liquidity are being drawn. So this is probably a good example here. So New York session doing its thing, tap back into this 1 hour fair value gap, didn't sweep out these highs as we closed really bullish above it. Tap back into this, and where's price heading to, right? Price could be hitting to take out these highs once again. So it could be a question of do we take out um, these highs and then sellers step in, or do we continue to take out these highs which are up here? But we're heading to take out these highs here. So um, yeah, there's that. Obviously a continuation as people would try to trade the liquidity sweep from here, but we just closed so bullish above it, therefore not making this a liquidity sweep, but rather a continuation to take out maybe this high here. But for our trade, we had high time frame bias, which overall was bearish. Overall trend was bearish, right? um, and in a 1 hour fair value gap, and going into the 5 minute, we get that we get that 5 minute breaker structure, but also we get that 5 minute fair value gap here. So once price taps into that, in the 1 minute, and I'm looking to see did we create a gap on the way up, which we did on this pullback up into this 5 minute fair value gap. So I was just looking for a flip of this 1 minute gap here. Make this more. which we close bearish below it, but it was kind of like a sketchy close. I wasn't really like, if we were to close, for me to be confident to enter on this candle here, I'd want it to close somewhere down here. But we just closed just below the fair value gap, so I waited for another candle to be formed, which is what we got here. I was like, oh, like I don't really know. And then we get this tap back into this 1 minute inversion fair value gap here. Because technically we did close below it on that first candle down there. After hitting this 5 minute fair value gap. So I was just looking to see if we kind of respect this gap or not. Because I was just like, okay, cool. If we come back up, to potentially take out the early sellers here to um, therefore, you know, take out early sellers to where we get that initial drop. This is what we got here, but I just thought that, hey, like if this gap doesn't hold, we're probably going to take out these highs here, um, to continue to kind of make this an ultra valid setup here. Because the liquidity sweep before the move is always a good sign, but you're not gonna get it on every single setup. So I do take what I am given, but again, if I did see a stop rate and a reversal, I would have, jumped back in it. But yeah. So once I see that this gap was holding, I see this candle tap back into it, and we displace out of it with a bearish intent, and I entered around here somewhere. Stops were above the high that was put in when we tapped into that 5 minute fair value gap, and targeting these Asia lows. You can put it as Asia lows or 1 hour lows, but good draw on liquidity. So really, really happy with today. Um, Actually, a really, really smooth trade. Like again, one of those days where we didn't have any drawdown at all. It was kind of just smooth sailing right down to these lows down here, which we were able to catch a 2.7 trade here, which is pretty good. That puts us up from last week. So overall, a good start to the week. We will come back tomorrow and see what setups we get there. But I did want to um say that, yeah. I mean, we followed our plan exactly to the T here. We get that 5 minute break, we get that 5 minute fair value gap that was created on the break, get that retracement up to the fair value gap, wait for a 1 minute inversion. When we get that displacement through it, then we enter. Stops against the high that was put in, and targeting, um, you know, the next draw of liquidity, which at this point was Asia lows down here. So overall, a decent trade, no drawdown. So happy with the result on that one. And yeah, I mean, other than that, like these other pairs here, I didn't really see much. Definitely chopping up on gold, and I didn't want to be a part of that. Euro USD kind of looked not promising, well, at the time when we did open. So um, yeah, with that, GU was the first thing I saw. Easy liquidity points to take. Easy high time frame bias. Like this was like the textbook trade right here. Yeah, so happy with that. Also, I do forget to be mentioning that I do set my BEs right here. I did set my BE here once we tap this 5 minute low down here, as we could easily sweep, come up, and stop me out. But again, that's why we have the protection there. So BE was set once price tapped this area. As you can see on this candle here, we did get that sweep, but again, sellers were just too powerful, and we're really close to these 1 hour lows and Asia lows down here, to where sellers, really wanted to take out this area to fill their orders. So um, glad we got that move down, and we did protect ourselves by going BE here. So happy with this trade, textbook trade, absolutely beautiful trade here, no drawdown whatsoever. So yeah, just wanted to say Thank God, all glory to Him. You know, wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for Him. And also to take care of you guys this week. And of course, risk manage, have a plan, stick to it every single day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace, peace, peace.